हमें बच्चे तो इसमें अलाउ नहीं है वैसे भी। आई थिंक इंसान अलाउ नहीं है।
And in particular for any young children on board, please remain seated as much as possible.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board the Silver Bonita. My name is Mark and I'll be your tour guide for this cruise. We have our captains, George and Sam, and also downstairs my friend Jordan. And we also have a friendly face behind the bar downstairs as well. We are the crew of the Silver Bonita, and we hope you enjoy your time with us this afternoon. Now, one of the rules on board is that we wave at people on the bridges as we go underneath. So as we go beneath Westminster Bridge, let's wave at people on top. In the safety announcement, that is when we are on the upper deck, and that's what it contains. The two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords, and this is the home of the British government. It's a magnificent building designed by Sir Charles Perry, with the internal fixtures and fittings designed by Augustus Puget. A magnificent building, but it's its inhabitants. Now, towering up above us is the Victoria Tower with the Union flag flying on the top. 3 feet tall, and at its base, round the other side from where we are, is the Sovereign's entrance, where the Queen goes to address Parliament. Of course, it's been a busy year for the Queen with her Platinum Jubilee just over a month ago, and her 70 years on the throne, which is unique in our history and is unlikely to ever be equalled. Now we are turning round, ready to head downstream to go towards Tower Bridge. Now in front of us is St Thomas's Hospital, one of London's famous hospitals. It was in St Thomas's Hospital that Florence Nightingale established the Nightingale Training School for nurses. She became famous for her work in the hospital camps during the Crimean War, and became known as the Lady with the Lamp because she used to walk through the wards carrying a lamp with her. Now, as we make our way downstream, look on the left. Can anyone see Big Ben? We got a mixed response. Some said no and some said yes. Well, the answer to the question is you cannot see Big Ben. What you can see is the Elizabeth Tower, which holds Big Ben, the East End, made of cast iron. Now, if we've got any football fans on board, you may be interested to know that Thames Armlets formed a football team, and you know that team today as West Ham United. Now over on our right hand side, County Hall, which was built to house the London County Council, completed 1922. Now, the London County Council became the London Council, but that scheduled to open on the 31st of December 1999 as part of the Millennium celebrations. It was not ready on time. In keeping with British tradition, it was late and opened in March 2000. It was designed by David Marks and Julia Barfield and built at the cost of £75 million. Each of those capsules holds up to 28 people, and there are 32 of those capsules altogether. It takes half an hour for a complete. On our right hand side is the Royal Festival Hall, built for the Festival of Britain of 1951. This whole area on our right is known as the South Bank Centre. It's known for its arts and performing arts. We can see the Queen Elizabeth Hall Purcell Room, and behind it is the Hayward Gallery. It's on our right hand side. Of the flats with scaffolding on it. In fact, they used to be the home of such educational programs.
आपको यहाँ बैठना है, आगे कोने में बैठना है.
I'm a celebrity, get me out of
You
here.
can see
And the
down.
Jeremy Kyle show. You see, there's a heart of activity on the south bank on our right-hand side. All sorts of things going on. Stalls selling things, street. Side as well for a nice looking beach on the banks of the River Thames. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably go to Spain or Portugal if you can come here. Now we look in front of us to the left, we can see coming into view the dome of St Paul's Cathedral. It's the fifth St Paul's on the site. The first one was built by the Anglo-Saxons as long ago as 604. The previous cathedral to the one that we see today was destroyed in the Great Fire of London. It stood much taller than the present cathedral, but after the Great Fire of London, Sir Christopher Wren set about designing. So there we are, there's the columns I was talking about.
Anybody see the London Bridge? Anybody see the London Bridge? There is. होगली जब खुल रहा हो हमें कोई सी बोर्ड आती है तब खुलता है ना.
Now coming up in front of us on the right we can see the big square chimney of what used to be Bankside Power Station. This chimney is 325 feet tall. Now Bankside Power Station was designed by Sir Giles Gilbert Scott, who also designed Waterloo Bridge I mentioned a few minutes ago. He also designed Battersea Power Station and he designed the red telephone box. Now the power station fell into disuse in the 1980s. It's perfectly safe to walk across now, as you can see. So let's go.
Masha, look, the small boats, cannon boats.
And wave at people on top.
Yeah. Can you see the small boats there?
Theatre. Now when they built it, they used traditional tools. There were no power tools or electric tools used. And they had to get permission to have a thatched roof because in London thatched roofs were banned after the Great Fire of London. But after a gap of centuries you can now see a Shakespeare play in the Globe Theatre. And they do hold some tickets back so they are sold cheaply. Now the original Globe Theatre stood further back from the river. We may see people on the decks of these ships as we go past. In front of us, coming into view in front of us. Now we'll talk much more about the Tower of London when we're heading backwards. But I'm going to point it out now because if you want a Tower of London, the Tower Bridge was designed in this magnificent way, this majestic sort of appearance that it has with the stone towers because of the to make Tower Bridge fit in with the Tower of London. Now I'm going to talk a bit about Tower Bridge. It's more than 6,000 times. These days they get raised about 1,000 times a year. Of course the bastions are the parts that lift up and they weigh 1,200 tons each. So let's wave at people on Tower Bridge as we go past. And a treasury. Some dramatic events in our history have taken place in the Tower of London. Two of these monuments of London. The monument stands 202 feet or 61 metres tall. Lay it down to the right. The top of the monument will be at the spot in Pudding Lane where the Great Fire broke out. You can visit the monument. You've got the energy to climb 311 steps. You get right up to the top. It's as tall as on one either side of the road on the Victorian Bank or Silver Privilege, and they mark the boundary between the City of London and the City of Westminster. Now, London is made up of the two cities of the 13th boroughs, the City of London and the City of Westminster being the two cities. The City of London is one of the most illuminated by electric light. It's one of the most electric lights. Next to us on the right-hand side, it's London's oldest outdoor landmark, a Cleopatra's Needle, 3,500 years old, given to us by Egypt as a gesture of thanks following Nelson's victory at the Battle of the Nile. Now we are coming up to the Golden Jubilee on the bridges, so let's do so. So when you go to the Golden Jubilee bridges, one of them on 5, and nowadays it's covered all horse cars on the trail. And that's followed by the building of the flags on